And it's always just one piece with each person. So when I create a piece, I just feel like I'm creating it for this individual that has to discover it at its own time. So it might be 100 people, but each one feels it's made for them. And so that whole phrase of creating my art to heal the hearts and souls of people by evoking a positive spirit, I figure that, you know, if you make it positive, it'll create more things positive. If you make it negative, there you go, you're going to get more negative. A lot of people say I have a strange way of putting things together. I tell people a lot of times, if you look at my work, it's clearly full of color, vibrant colors. But I tell people I see it in black and white, and I probably should rephrase that because I know it in black and white. I approach it that way because when I was 11 years old, I was a little bit of a knucklehead and fell 13 feet on my head from a slide set that I wasn't supposed to be on. And somehow it twisted my view, my seeing, and really, I think they said it was the twisting of my cones in my eye, but my color vision went crazy. So for instance, normal people look like monsters and only my brother looked normal. But my brother doesn't like me to tell that story, so that's truth. And so when I had been doing artwork since I was 3. I did a show when I was 6 because my father didn't want me to do any artwork. And so the challenge was to do a show. After 3 days, 2 hours a day of the show, I made $657.36. So you can imagine if that happened at 6 years old, I thought there might be a future in art, even though my dad said I was going to use the money to go to law school. And all of a sudden, I lose the vision, the color that I saw every day. So I was about to give up. But my mother, who never gave up in anything and was always had a positive view about anything, said, here, she brought to me a bottle of ink and a pen, a Croquil pen, and she said, use this. And I was like, Mom, I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, I'm this 11-year-old kid, but I'm a kid that had this drive until that moment. So it was one of those tests. And so I started to draw with this ink, and of course, black on white was clear to me. And so after a while, I'm doing black and white, shades, shadows, crosshatch, things I didn't know the name for, but I was able to make that work for me. And so I started creating everything in black and white, and then when my color vision came back by the help of my mother's friend, who was, it was a strange combination of Jewish Ojibwa, but she knew about, you know, growing herbs and carrot juice and stuff like that, so she made me drink gallons and gallons of carrot juice. And I just started back eating carrots or eating carrot cake maybe 5 years ago, and we're talking about, I was 11 years old. That's how bad it was to drink this thick stuff that made my skin turn orange. And my color vision came back. And so I was really excited. We went to the doctor and said, look, you know, the color vision's back. And he says, well, when you get older, you'll lose it. Well, my mother said, well, that's nice. You never know why something happens, but instead of bemoan it or be too depressed about it, it's better to just take a look at it and then move on. And then you have to take a look at it every once in a while to heal yourself. So I'm not saying I ignored it, but my mother helped me to find another way to develop my skills without giving up.